What's up everybody, Gotcha Sage here. Welcome to a new video. This is going to be what if deku was a hollow. Now, we're going to start off this video with Deku going to the quirk doctor. Now, the same thing does happen, you just know that he's quirkless and people start to bully him because of it. Now, now. One day, as all the story starts with one day, his mom and him were going to the supermarket to buy some stuff. Now, as they were going, they were proceeding to the supermarket as they heard a loud bang. Turning around to see that it's a villain attack during the day. As they see a man running with a purse. As the man's running with the purse, he seems to have some sort of electricity quirk. Basically, using the electricity to, how do I say it? Using the electricity to cause an explosion, hitting some cars, buildings, and so on. Now, there is a pro hero running after this villain. Not villain, this thug. Now, as the pro hero and the thug, as the pro hero is chasing after the thug, there's a bit of commotion. And as Izuku and his mom were about to cross the road, they turn back. Basically, like the crowd, turn back to see what's happening. But, unlike Inko, Midoriya didn't turn back. He thought, well, how do I say this? He thought his mom was still beside him. Although he did hear the loud bang, he did hear the loud bang, he didn't react to it as quick as his mom did. Now, Midoriya is still on the road. As he turns back to see his mom is watching what's happening. And as this happening, a car is coming from the road. Now, the car's, moving on the other side of the road. Basically, it's a two-way. Now, as the villain is running, he's running and he's using his quirk. Now, the villain's about to get caught by the pro hero and decides to go haywire and just sends electricity everywhere, causing some of his electricity to hit the car that's coming from the opposite side of the road, causing it to lose its tire and crashing to the other side of the road. Now, this other side of the road would be where Midoriya is at. Now, as soon as this happened, Inko turns around to check on her child that she thought was next to her. Now, as she turns, she doesn't see Deku. She doesn't see Izuku. She starts to call his name, to find an answer, to basically find where he is, and she doesn't get any response. Now she's freaking out, but she's hoping that her son was basically lost in the crowd, and maybe he just didn't hear. Now she's the pro hero is going to leave the villain, and the villain escapes while the pro hero goes to check on the accident. And as he goes to check it, he sees a young a young boy, seems to be 4 to 5 years old, bloodied and presumed either really injured or just dead. As he goes to, well, help the person in the car first, then try to help Midoriya, seemingly bringing him out of the rubble, and all that's left well, is his dead body, as Inko busts out and starts crying, saying that a little baby is gone, he's gone. Now, as we cut back to a couple, well, minutes to seconds before, as Izuku got hit by the car. As soon as this happened, Izuku wakes up a couple of seconds later to find out that he's alive. He stands up and sees the wreckage, and he's like, what what happened? I thought I got hit. As he's looking around, he sees his body. He's like, wait, is that me? But how? As he looks down and he sees this chain. He's like, what's this? Why is it here? As he tries to pull on the chain. Now this kind of feels weird to him. He well he sees himself, but he kind of feels weird to him because he sees himself like he's looking at a mirror. It's like, am I dead? No, I'm still alive. As he's talking, we cut back to some creature with a white mask we all know to as a hollow. Now, this hollow just came out and he's looking for food, trying to sense for spirit energy or spiritual pressure, and finding out that there there is spiritual pressure, but it's just small, as the hollow just follows the sense, following instinct. Now, as his mom is crying, Deku, well, Ghost Deku, he's, he's trying to talk to her, basically trying to tell her that he's alive. He's right next to her. As he tries calling out to her, it's not working. It's like she can't hear him. As he tries to touch her, as he passed through it, she's like, "What's going on? I can't, I can't touch her. I, I'm, I'm, I'm a ghost. Is that my quirk, or am I?" Before he gets to complete this sentence, he hears a howl, a very unholy howl, as he turns his head and sees this creature with a white mask. He's like, what's that? What is that? As he's telling all of them to run away. There's a creature right there. As it's not working. There's no answer. They can't hear him. As the hollow starts to walk forward, and he tries to go to the pro hero to, well, ask for help. Basically telling the hero that there's a creature right there. It's going to kill them. Well, he presumes this creature is a villain, as the hero doesn't hear him, so he doesn't give an answer. Now, as the hollow's walking, Deku notices that they don't they don't see it. They don't see him. They don't hear him. They don't hear it. As now Deku is scared and terrified. He's so scared that he can't even muster the strength to run. And, well, let's just say the Hollow got what he wanted. He devoured Deku. Now, as soon as he devoured Deku, Deku is, well, not, no, scratch that. He doesn't devour Deku straight. He takes Deku back to Wakamundo and then devours Deku there. As he devours him, about 10 minutes later, Deku is reformed somewhere else. As this creature, as Deku opens his eyes for the first time as this creature, he opens his eyes and he notices that he feels different. It feels weird. It feels empty. As he's looking around, seeing that there's nothing there but pure sand. Now, Deku's looking around and he finds out that he's moving in a very weird way. He tries to move his hand, but it's moving, but in weird position. He feels his back is positioned weirdly as well. Turning is sorry. He tries to stand up and look at himself. Basically putting his hand out and looking at it, seeing that his hand is, well, not completely white, but green with claws at the end of it. As he's thinking, what is this? He feels something weird in his face. As he, well, reaches for his face and feels this weird thing covering it. He's trying to pull at it, but it's there, like it's stick to it, like glue. Now, as he's checking out what's wrong with him, he finds out that he has horns. Now it's not going to be like Ichigo's that's pointing like ram horns. It's going to be pointing upward. And I know this picture doesn't well show that it's pointing forward, but Ichigo's horns are pointing forward. Deku's horns are pointing upward. Now then, as I was saying, where was I? Ah, yeah. Deku is checking out his new form, and he sees in, something in the distance. Something he's seen before, or something like it. He sees a hollow. Now, Deku's just looking at this, and one thought just comes to mind: kill, eat, kill. As Deku's just thinking, what, why, why did I think like that? As the, the hollow starts to run at Deku. Basically, he runs at Deku like an animal, like he can't think anymore. Deku is just thinking, what is this? What, what am I? Where, where is he at? As well, he's fighting against the hollow, and one way or the other, he kills it. Now, Deku wasn't meaning to kill it, but he underestimated his own strength. Now, as he kills the hollow, he starts to feel bad, as heroes don't kill people, and he still has the dream of becoming a hero. Now then, he kills it, and as soon as he kills it, he, well, he feels something, something so familiar. Hunger. It's like, what, what is this? How can I be so hungry, so sudden? As he looks over at the hollow and he's like, no, no, please, I, I don't want to. As he's basically fighting against himself and the hunger. But as we all know, the hunger takes over and Deku's eating the hollow. Now as he's eating this hollow, he's shedding tears, crying that he just broke one of the hero's code. He killed someone or something, and now he's eating it like an animal. Now, after this is done, Deku does feel stronger than he was before, but more empty. As he's just thinking, why do I feel this way? As he turns and sees another hollow. Now, on instinct, Deku goes to attack and kill this hollow. He eats this hollow with a little less remorse, as during the time that he was trying to talk with this particular hollow, he just jumped right at him, not caring about talking. Now, as a couple of time passes, I'm going to say, hmm, Hmm. 2 years. No. A year. As a year passes, Deku has grown to. He's grown to not like it, but to just understand the reason for killing. He understands it as a way of survival. He has to kill, eat, become stronger so he can survive, so he can live his dream of becoming a hero, if that's even possible anymore. Now then, I believe the hollows are usually dragged down into like a pit where they fight for survival, or I think there's a cave. I haven't watched Bleach in a hot minute. Now then. Hmm. Now then, Deku has been searching for prey. He's been finding out that he's been going more on instinct for a couple of times, and he doesn't like it one bit, seeing as the creatures or the hollows, he doesn't know they're hollows. The creatures that he's killed and fought against that were going on instinct were acting like animals, and he wouldn't want to act like that or be like that. Now, as he's going through this cave, he sees something. He sees a group of hollows killing each other. Oh, killing each other, and something weird happens. These particular hollows, they seem to be merging. As Dick was just thinking, what is that? As Dick was taking a closer look at this, he sees that this particular group of hollows have become something more. They've become this tall creature with a white mask and seemingly all black. And this creature gives out a massive yell or scream as the hollows do. Now, it's more than one group, like a bunch of groups, are turning into this hollow. As Tech was just thinking, what is that? That monstrosity? Is that supposed to happen? As Deck was thinking. And one one thought comes to mind. Deku's thinking, I could get close and probably take a bite. As Deku just snaps out of it. And he's just thinking, take a bite out of that? As Deku doesn't know about spiritual pressure, but he can feel this energy, this power, and these hollows, these creatures, are giving out a lot of it. They're giving out a lot of it. It's like he's just thinking like he can't take out all of them. In fact, he doubts that he can even take out one of them, even at his best performance. As during this during the years, Deku has learned to control this power within him. He's learned to repress this power. Yeah, he's learned to control how much power people can sense out of him. Although, if you are stronger than him, you can actually sense how much power he has. But he's been able to, well, how do you say it? He's been able to control how much power, well, he gives out, how much spiritual pressure. Now then, he simply does one thing. He crouches, well, he's already dragon-like. He he starts to go near the, I believe they're called galleons, or no, they were menos grande, I believe. He starts to go towards these hollows, these creatures, but stealthily, basically repressing his spiritual pressure so that they can barely notice him, and he can slip right through. Now then, the he's walking and he notices that these particular creatures don't really have any any type of, well, any type of intelligence. They seem to just do it on instinct, just doing whatever they want. And he's thinking, this might be easier than he thought, as he jumps onto one of the menos or galleon, I think. He jumps onto one of them and he takes a bite. As soon as he does this, he feels his power increase, and he's just thinking, if this is just a bite, imagine how much power he gets if he gets to eat one whole. He's thinking of this, and he looks back and he sees the other hollows are freaking out, moving and just blasting arrows out of their mouths. Basically, they're just using anything they have at their disposal. And Deku's just trying to eat as much as he can out of the menos he already took out. Now, he eats the top half and he jumps to the next one and the next one. The menos that were there should be 10. Now then, Deku eats all 10 of them, basically using his more intellectual manner to outmaneuver them, outsmart them, and outperform them. And now, hmm, damn, what was I gonna say? Now that he's devoured all 10 of them, he feels power. He feels his level increase. He's just as strong, if not stronger than what he just killed. But something feels off. Feels weird. He felt like he's just skipped something. That's what he's feeling like. He just skipped something important. Something his species, or whatever they are, should have done or should do. And he's just hoping whatever it is won't catch up to it won't catch up to him later. Now then, now then, as we cut over to well, we cut over 6 months ago, 6 months before this and this time. Now, during that 6 month, we cut over to the Shinigami side, the Soul Reapers, as Head Captain Yamamoto has informed the other head captains about the recent increase in hollows, and seemingly hollows have been able to open, well, portals or dimensions to supposed other realities, as captains are all saying that's not possible, as Yamamoto is just telling that there's nothing that's not possible, and they would have to take care of these hollows. Now it tells the captains to assemble a squad of low ranking soul reapers to go, well, reduce the numbers of hollows. Now this is where we see the guy in Wekamundo, the soul reaper in Wekamundo, that has a hollow mask. Now I don't know the guy's name, but I'm pretty sure the, it's the guy that Rukia found when they were going to rescue Orihime. So this guy is going to lead the squad into Wekamundo and going to, well, reduce the numbers of hollows. Now then, we cut over back to present day time. It's been over a year since Deku's dead, and Deku's been, well, it's been over a year and a half since Deku's died. Deku has been continuously killing Gillians, or Menos Grande, and although he's been getting powerful and stronger than normal hollows, the amount of power he gets from killing them or devouring them has gotten lower. He's not getting as strong as he used to be. This does worry him, but he's just thinking, well, maybe it's due to the it's just due to the fact that he's probably skipped well he probably just skipped an evolution, and well, he's just going to hope for the best. Now, as he's going on the ground, he finds this group of people in weird clothing fighting against this group of hollows, or creatures as he calls them. This group of creatures, but they look different. They look stronger, they feel stronger, they are stronger, as Deku feels the amount of spiritual pressure they have, or as he calls it, energy they have. Now, you find out that it's much bigger than the Galleons, or anything he has killed before. And these people would be, and this group of hollows would be the Adhuchas. I believe that's the next stage. Now, this group of hot hoochers, they try to, well, they try to ambush the Shinigamis, but were unsuccessful as they were noticed and they decided to make it a death battle. Now, Deku is playing it smart and lying low, repressing the amount of spiritual pressure he has, and just observing the fights. Seeing this group of weird people, seemingly these people look like humans. Seeing them killing, these creatures as someone in this group of creatures who seems to be, the head, the leader, tells them that is, this, sorry, this, what's it called? This Adhucha, who's basically the head, is telling this Soul Reaper that they would all die here, no matter how strong they are. They can't possibly defeat him. He is one of the stronger Adhuchas out there, and they shouldn't even talk about, well, the Vastolordus, as Deku's listening onto this conversation. As the Soul Reapers are tired, so are the Hollows. Some of the Hollows are dead, and some of the Soul Reapers. And basically, these Soul Reapers looking for a way to, escape, if not retreat. Basically, to recuperate until, well, they can face off against this hollow, or this group of hollows. Now, the hollows have also taken damage, and the the leader of this group tells them that he would see them later, that as they are now, if they were to fight, they would wipe each other out, and that would be no fun. So he should wait for the day that they would meet each other, that they would come soon, and that day he would kill this Soul Reaper and eat him. As this Soul Reaper is just looking at him, hoping, just hoping this hollow would retreat, and the hollow does retreat, basically going to go and recuperate. So does this weirdly dressed group of people. Now, as they retreat, they leave the body of the other hollows. Deku just walking down and sees this bodies of Soul Reapers and bodies of hollows. Now Deku doesn't think twice about this and just eats the hollows. But after he's done eating the hollows, most of the hollows were hoochas, he does feel his power grow. He feels his power grow to the tippy top point of, of his level. He feels his power grow so much that it's unbelievable. About 10 minutes later of eating hollows, he turns to this weird group of people. They seem to be human, but they also possess this energy that this creature possess as well. He does try to, well, see if there's anyone surviving, but there isn't. And he does try to take his mind off it, but he looks at this people and thinks for a minute if he eats these people who seem to be human, is 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 this going to make him bad? Basically, he's still, well, he's matured from the 4-year-old age frame, but he still has feelings of feelings of a human. He's thinking and he just decides to devour them, saying that if he leaves them there, other hollows will come and eat them, and they would possibly grow stronger. So he would like to put their sacrifice in good use, as he devours them. Now, as soon as he does this, he feels the energy just disappear, as he's thinking, what happened? He felt so much power a few seconds ago. Why does it feel like this now? As basically as he's thinking, he feels well, a sudden force hit him as he's starting to evolve. Now, he doesn't evolve to a Galleon, because he's already past the level. He starts to evolve to an Adhucha. Now, he does evolve to an Adhucha and becomes, well, he becomes dragon-like. He's already dragon-like, but he becomes more smaller than he was before. More, well, yeah, that's how I would say it. More smaller, but still in his dragon form. Now, I believe this is a good place to stop it, and I will see you on the next one.